friends, part 2 on the removal of the rear suspension here. We're going to take the rear spring out. We're going to take that strut out. We're going to replace it. This is going to be a second video number 2 on this, because it's going to go a lot faster. Take the wheel off. Got a jack stand underneath here. First thing we're going to do is going to take the 3 bolts out from up here, pull them out, and then we're going to go to the bottom over here and use an E-bolt, and I'll get you the size, but it's on the front over here. You're going to take this E-bolt out right here, and it's going to allow this strut to come out of here. Now, these struts, for some reason, are a pain in the ass to get in and out. There's like a flange on the inside there. I'm going to see if this side does the same thing for me, but I'll probably put this on fast motion. I'm going to take this thing off of here. We'll see what we got and be rocking and rolling, going relatively fast. Now, I'll show you the spring compressor I bought. I got it on Amazon. Fast Alpha, that's our buddy over in Germany right now, has one on his YouTube channel, and that's one that we got from Amazon. It works a lot better than the ones that you see that are the 2 compressors. This guy's got like a clamshell, just compresses on that thing, pulls it right out. We had a problem setting the ride height on the other one, on the other side, but we're going to dork with this. By the way, car is filthy, I apologize. We're going to dork with this a little bit. We're going to take a little bit more apart on this today based on a video that I watched this morning, and I'm going to see if I can't get that shock tower spread out a little bit. We want this car to be actually higher than it is right now, so I'm going to mess with that. Without further ado, I'll put this on wide angle and fast motion. You can kind of watch what I do here. That video up. We are using these E-type sockets. That takes an E18 on that bolt right there. The back of that bolt, that's a holding nut, and you can see how this locks into place. That just fell off the back on there. So we've got that. We took our 13 millimeters out of the top up here, and this guy's all the way loose now. So you've got this end link here. So we're gonna have to muck around and get this guy out again. And it was not fun yesterday, so I'm gonna get in there with the breaker bar and see if I can knock it. Well, they always say, you gotta force it, you're doing it wrong. But I'm having to force it, so I'm gonna hit Dr. Google and see what they say on this removal. So I did not have that out all the way. I take the wrench off of it. Once I did, it released. So I'm gonna take the sensor off. I don't have the sensor delete, so I'm gonna push it back up in there. I have to get it from the inside when they show up. They did not come with these struts. Kind of torqued me off, but it is what it is. The pass-through socket set looks like this. And I believe this is a 16 millimeter on the top. So big thing is we have to take this cap off and replace it. So pass-through socket wrench, and I believe my 16 is on this side because I used it yesterday. Let's just double check. That's a 16, and if we slide this down on there, bada boom, bada bing, it fits. Now I'm just going to tell you, there's a little bit of a trick to this when you do it. So I'm going to put this on here right now, and I know it's going to turn everything as I go to turn it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get a pair of vice grips, and I'm going to get a shop rag, and I'm going to put it on here. That way I can hold that with the vice grips shop rag around it so I don't mar up the metal because I don't want to destroy these, and I'm going to pop this cap off. Give me just a second. In about 2 minutes, this guy's off, and there's the nut that goes with it. That's the upper part, and there's our piece. This video, we need to remove that spring out of there, and I have this nice spring puller that I got, again, Fast Alpha had this on his YouTube channel. I bought off Amazon. It was like $100. I think I got a little bit cheaper, but I'm going to hook that up there. I'm going to take that spring off. You'll see it come out. Super easy to do. Give us 1 second. Recording. Anyways, you don't use these top and bottom caps. I use my handy dandy nut driver, and I just loosen this up a little bit. Oops, let's go the other way. Just loosen that up. The spring will fall right out. This thing is a godsend, so super happy with that. I will go inside and get all the replacement parts that are going in here. Okay, I got the micrometer out. I'm just gonna check something here. So yesterday when I was doing this, I had one hell of a problem getting the bottom strut into the mount where it goes. So one of the things I'm going to do, I ended up by doing a little bit of filing on the bottom of the strut, but I am going to hit this thing with the micrometer real quick. Let's make sure that's right. Zero that out. I'm just going to see what my distance is between here to here. 48.23. And on the old one, it is 48.77, 47.98, 47.98. What was this one again? 47. This is 48. So my micrometer is just like not having fun. 48.1, 48.9. It's testing it across the spectrum. 47.98. This should go in there. I don't know why it was giving me such a fit yesterday, but I'm probably going to do a test fit on this one. I had to actually do a little bit of filing. There's like a ridge lip on the inside of it. If you watch the video from yesterday, you'll see it. So I'm going to do a test fit. Let's see what we get. It fits, but at the top it's not centered, so my angles might be off. I'm gonna dork with this a little bit today and see what I can figure out. I'm also gonna put my springs in first today because I wanna make sure that I've got enough of an adjustment on this, because I want the car to be higher, and I really couldn't get any adjustment on this yesterday putting it in. You can't see, sorry. Should have turned it around. So there's my new spring setup. This is the top perch, and I wanna have that spread out a little bit. So what you're gonna see is I'm gonna put the spring on here first, and that's a progressive spring. This is the top, that's the bottom. I'm gonna get that in there first. We'll get this compressed, and then we'll go from there. Make sure it's on fast motion. That is not fast motion. I thought I figured out a trick to get these progressives in, but she's biting and doesn't want to let go. So I'm going to see if I can jack this up here with a block of wood, relieve a little bit of pressure, and wiggle this guy free. But boy, what an absolute pain in the arse. I haven't looked yet. I'm in the middle of making a video. In the meantime, I'm going to try to get this damn KW suspension on here. They didn't send it Elites, progressive springs. This is anything but fun, but yes. All right, I took that bolt out right there. I took that bolt out, and of course, this bolt came out earlier to put the strut in. I had to zip tie the bottom springs kind of to each other, compress it to get it out, go up and down. I finally got the spring compressor to give way. Boy, what a pain in the neck. I'm getting this all back together. But let's cut all these zip ties out here, because I had to zip tie this thing a couple different ways for Sunday to, that one's out. So we had to put a bunch of zip ties in here to compress the bottom spring and hold it to the top one to get the spring compressor in and be able to get the spring compressor out. And we've got a pretty good finger tight gap in here. This is all bolted in. Everything is in as should be, all put back together. Don't think we broke too much. Next step is to put our wheel back on. It may just not even, well, no. All right, let's pull our jack out. Woo! What a freaking day. These things never go as fast as you think that they're going to go. And of course, somebody's probably done this a lot more than I have, and they know how to do it a lot faster than I do. But the truth of the matter is, I was a neophyte on this project. I did do my springs last time, but it was a little bit different with these springs. There's our E-sockets. Thank you for Amazon for that purchase. It worked out incredibly well. I've got bolts and crap all over the place here, but that's fine. We'll get that stuff put away in just a second. I'm gonna get this wheel back on here, and we'll see what the ride height looks like now on this side. I know both sides are gonna be off. It just is what it is. I'll have to mess with the other side later. I was very hopeful I would have gotten this car done and got it into the shop to get an alignment on it, because we have dorked with all the alignment settings. But you know, sometimes things just don't work out the way that you want it to, and you have to tell yourself that when you have this type of stuff as a hobby, it's not a daily driver. It is totally okay. So toe looks a little bit off on that one. That's okay. Take a look there and you can see our gap and our gap on this side. It's actually higher than it was before. I'd have to measure to even let you know, but a finger, it's a poor man's eyeball. They're about the same, believe it or not. That's a wrap. I know. I'm dirty. I'm filthy. Dirty, filthy, rotten scoundrel. I'm going to shift gears here. I'm going to start another project. Be another video, but I've got a little bit of stuff going on here.